Ilia, stop running, Ilia. Stop running, Ilia. Good boy. I'll make it quick, no worries. Good boy.
If you really have a serious reason, I don't know, something that, how could it happen, but you break your hand, you like, I don't know, something like that. Me, I would go even like that inside the octagon. Bro, I don't care. I'm the world champion. I'm never gonna give him a chance to fight for the title. I will be like, listen, if that's the case, take my belt.
Arman Tsarukyan isn't keeping quiet. He clapped back hard at Ilia Topuria, calling him a duck who's scared of real competition. Earlier this week, Ilia said he didn't want to give Arman a title shot, claiming he's too unreliable and might pull out last minute.
Who you don't know that maybe he could pull out from the fight? That's not something good for us. It's not on my back. Bro, I don't care. I'm the world champion. I'm never gonna give him a chance to fight for the title.
Ilia doubled down, saying he'd rather vacate the belt than give Arman a chance. In his eyes, Arman hasn't earned it. He made it clear he won't waste time on someone he doesn't believe deserves to share the cage with him.
I will be like, listen, if that's the case, take my belt. I don't do it.
Arman wasn't about to let that slide. He posted a video of himself chasing a duck, joking that it shouldn't run because he'd make it quick and easy. The message: Ilia can talk all he wants, but he can't keep running forever.
Ilia, stop running, Ilia. Stop running, Ilia. Good boy. I'll make it quick, no worries. Good boy.
Then Arman jumped on X and wrote, "Imagine calling yourself a champ but already trying to escape. Vacate it or I'll take it. Either way, it's mine." Meanwhile, Ilia brushed him off again, saying the UFC's focused on Justin Gaethje or Paddy Pimblett for his next fight. He made it clear Arman isn't even in the picture.
Seriously, who do you think you'll be, the UFC will give you next? I'm curious, because there's a lot of guys.
I don't know. I think that they are going to try to push for Justin. Is what I think. Or maybe Paddy. It's not even a conversation about Arman.
Ilia even admitted that a fight with Justin wouldn't be that exciting, because everyone already knows how it ends. He said Justin would be a huge underdog. To prove his point, Ilia reminded fans that he's already beaten the guys who've beaten Justin, so the outcome, in his view, is obvious.
Everyone is gonna be like, they're gonna know the result even before the fight.
He's gonna be a huge underdog.
Yeah, he's gonna be a huge underdog, and everyone's gonna know what's gonna happen. In the fight game, everything can happen, but it's like,
Yeah.
bro, come on.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Like, I fought with Max. He knocked out Justin Gaethje. I fought with Charles Oliveira. He submits Justin. So it's like, even if you see the path he had with the opponent, you have the answer.
Yeah.
When Ilia mentioned Paddy as a potential opponent, Arman fired back, saying, "Ilia versus Paddy. That's the fakest, most mismatched rivalry in UFC history." Ilia didn't hold back either. He said no one cares about Arman, called him weird for pulling out of a fight, and questioned if his injury was even real.
First of all, who gives a about him? It's kind of weird, dude.
But if you pull out a day before, you gotta fight someone else. Like I was
100%.
at that fight too, and I was so pumped for that fight. And then the day before he pulled out, and everyone's like, bro.
And for no reason.
Yeah.
For no reason. For no reason. If you really have a serious reason, I don't know, something that, how could it happen, but you break your hand, you like, I don't know, something like that. Me, I would go even like that inside the octagon.
Arman wasn't done. He said, "Running from the real contender shows one thing. You're scared. You know what happens if we ever fight." He added that while he respects both Paddy and Justin, neither should jump ahead of him in the title race.
Yeah.
But
So
because it exploded into something like such a big thing, do you think there's a chance they might go in that direction?
I mean, Petty, he's a good fighter, but he doesn't deserve to fight for the title. You know, he cannot jump ahead of me and fight for the title.
So do you think it should be you versus Ilia, Paddy versus Gaethje?
Yes.
Gaethje said that if he
That's
doesn't
the
get a
best.
title shot, he's going to retire.
I mean, he can do whatever he wants to do, so I don't care about Gaethje, Perry. I just need to fight for the title.
Yes, there it is. You wrote. By the way, I have to say,
Yeah, if UFC say like a fight with Gaethje, I'll take the fight and as soon as possible, and then fight with Ilia.
Perry, he looked very good on his last fight, and now we can say he can be top 10 fighters. So, but I want to fight as soon as possible. So maybe he wants to fight at the end of this year, but I want to fight this summer and then at the end of this year.
So if they did come to you with Paddy and said, let's put you in for summer, you would take that?
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that because he has a big name. He just beat Michael Chandler, and he has a 6 or 7 win streak.
From Arman's point of view, he's earned his spot. He believes his ranking and performances put him right at the front of the line.
I just pulled out. I just got hurt, and like I was a backup, made the way to show like I'm ready. If something happened, I'm jumping, and how can I prove more than that? So, and everybody, if you ask like 10 people who is deserve more fight for the title, and everybody gonna say my name.
Sure. And of course, he posted about that not long after.
I mean, it's not WWE. It's a sport. It's UFC. It's professional. How like you can bring like everybody to fight for the title, and like who even like lose 2 fights ago, or like who is just beat on ranking guys, you know.
But Justin Gaethje disagrees. He said he deserves the shot more because Arman already pulled out of a title fight once. That, in his opinion, gives him the edge.
I mean, that's the fight that I want. You know, obviously I'm biased. I'm gonna fight for what I feel like I deserve. But he feels the same. She feels the same. We're all biased towards ourselves. It's me or Arman. I believe somebody has to fight him this year, and I think I'm in a better spot than Arman. So someone's gonna fight him. I hope it's MSG, New York City. I get to fight him, and then I get to defend it on the White House lawn. That's what I'm planning for.
Rampage Jackson weighed in, too. He said if Arman and Ilia ever fought, he'd be backing Arman. But he didn't downplay Ilia either. He admitted with the run Ilia's on. Betting against him wouldn't be easy.
You know, I'm with Arman. If they fight each other, I'm with Arman on that. But Topuria, man, it's just going to be hard to bet against that guy. Of course. You know, based off his last 3 fights and what he's shown here, his wrestling and his grappling.
But Rampage, you've seen so many different generations of fighters. You've seen so many different champions. Is he that different compared to other things you've seen, or is it just his time?
Yeah, it's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen anybody boxing so neat and so crisp and so.
Luke Rockhold added more fuel. He said Arman is the bigger man and a top-tier fighter. While he respects Ilia's wrestling, he believes Arman's is just as good, and with that size advantage, it could change everything.
Here's the thing, he is a little bit smaller, and Arman is a bigger guy, and Arman's elite. So we'll get to see, like, I mean, I believe Topuria's wrestling is elite, but Arman's is elite, and he's bigger. And that could pose a problem. I mean, like, Islam, elite and bigger. Like, these guys are going to be, in the grappling aspect of things, it's going to be dangerous for him. You know, and I'm curious to see how that reacts.
You see this guy as one of the most confident fighters.
He knows where he's coming. He knew the moment he stepped forward, he knew he was going to throw this combo and he's going to land all 3 of those shots. Jab, hook, bang, bang, bang.
Still, Luke gave Ilia credit. He said there's no one in the UFC right now with cleaner, sharper punches than him.
No, these are the best boxing I've seen ever, probably ever in the UFC.
Okay, so now for the people,
I don't think there's anybody better ever.
For the people at home who don't know this, I want to go one by one. What does that actually mean to you, though? Break that down. What makes his boxing so good?
He's balanced. He's powerful. He rotates. He's got the best boxing I've seen in the UFC ever.
Do you like to spar Topuria?
Yeah, if I could spar him, bro, like. Man, look, man, all these, being in the conversation with all these names now is still crazy to me. So like being able to work with somebody like him and like feel what it feels like to work with somebody that's the pinnacle of, you know, fighting right now, I can't imagine what it's like.
Yeah, I would like to watch that. I would like to watch.
ATT coach Marcos Domata also shared his thoughts. He pointed out that Ilia has never fought Arman and suggested the UFC might be avoiding that matchup. In his view, Arman could be the biggest threat standing between Ilia and a future fight with Islam Makhachev.
Ilia never fought Arman, and I think, I'm not sure if that's the UFC wants before Ilia fights Islam. Because in my opinion, in my heart, I think Arman can make it very hard for Ilia. I think he can beat Ilia. I think he will beat Ilia. Oh, you train Arman, of course. Yeah. But I believe in Arman. I think he has the ability, the tools, to beat a guy like Ilia. Oh, he's a very heavy-handed guy. Unbelievable guy. Ilia is a great champion. All the abilities that Ilia has, he's amazing. He was hired by the UFC because of his grappling. And then all of a sudden, he started knocking people out. And in the meantime, Arman needs to fight maybe one more time, to cement himself as the #1 contender. That's what we got to do. Whatever, we'll do.
Coach Marcos didn't stop there. He backed Arman fully, saying he's on another level compared to anyone Ilia has faced so far. If Ilia dares to take that fight, Marcos believes he'll lose and kill any shot at a super fight with Islam.
I think Arman has the ability. He's better than Charles. He's better than all these guys that Ilia fought, So let's say they put Arman now with Ilia. Then the big super fight, Ilia-Islam, is off. And he beats Ilia and that super fight. So I'm not sure, maybe they're going to put Pimblet to fight Ilia or somebody else to fight Ilia to get a good win. Wait until Islam fights Jack. See what happens. Hopefully they both win. There's your big super fight of the year next year.
Вместо Конора Илья Topuria может быть?
Не, он хороший парень.
Да.
Пытается быть кем-то. Сразу же видно. Вот тебе вопрос. Не, я не думаю.
TJ Dillashaw also gave his take. He warned Arman not to go punch-for-punch with Ilia in the first 2 rounds. He said Ilia's boxing is too sharp. Even if Arman's skills are close, Ilia would still have the edge in pure striking early on.
Do not go punch for punch for him in the first 2 rounds.
I mean, you can't, no.
Do not go punch for punch with him.
And the reason why?
Because he's crips. He's amazing boxing.
Even if you are just as good, though, like Arman's a phenomenal striker and
not this good.
Not this good.
No, Arman doesn't have boxing like power he punches because his balance, his weight's on his back foot. He's able to push off. He closes distance wonderfully. He's throwing 5 or 6 punch combos. He's staying tight. His hands are always up. His head's getting off the tracks.
His vision's clear.
Yeah, exactly. His vision's clear. He's relaxed in there. That's where he wants to be.
Even so, TJ thinks the fight should happen. It's what the fans want. And if Ilia beats Arman, then a fight with Islam makes perfect sense.
Do we also feel that he's coming into a division right now that's in a little bit of a disarray, so he's kind of going to be able to do what he wants for the next couple of years?
We need to see him fight Arman,
and then I would decide after that.
And then decide after that, and then if he gets through Arman, which is going to be a tough battle, Islam needs to.
On the flip side, Demetros Johnson pushed back on the idea that Ilia's ducking anyone. He said Ilia isn't afraid of anyone and would have no problem putting Arman to sleep. In his mind, Ilia wouldn't even bother wrestling. He'd just find his shot and end it fast.
I don't think he's just going to risk going into where Arman's good just to prove a point.
No, I think he's going to knock Arman out. I don't think he cares to wrestle with anybody. I think he's going to get himself to the right spot and try to knock everybody out. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say because I think Arman and Paddy have a unique style of fighting. Paddy is good everywhere. Arman's good everywhere, but their strongest suit, in my opinion, is their grappling. To where Ilia is pretty much great everywhere, and he has that power to turn the lights out. So I think each time Ilia fights, you're always going to see him get to the right spot and knock people out.